One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to ZANIS News with me, Faith Katai. The top stories in the news. President Hakainde Hichilema confers with the clergy. Construction of maternity annex cheers Sinazongwe MP. Government commissions Congo solar-powered water reticulation system, plus former ZCCM employees evicted from houses. ZANIS News in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says government will continue working with the clergy in addressing the challenges that the country is facing. President Hichilema says due to the effects of climate change, Zambia's food security has been threatened just like any other country. He said this in Lusaka at a church-state dialogue prayer breakfast. Bupe Sendwe has more in the following report.
President Hakainde Hichilema recognizes the important role of the church, not only for spiritual guidance but also maintaining peace and unity in the country. This is why President Hichilema has continued engaging the church to discuss matters of national importance. Today, the president led a church-state dialogue prayer breakfast where he made a call for the church to use their God-given leadership to deliver the word of unity in the country, especially amid climate change challenges.
Agriculture has become more important than never before, given climate change. And I'll mention one or two things. Growing enough food for ourselves has become vitally important. And the government cannot work alone in this field. Government is committed to work with you, the church leaders, in meeting the challenges that the nation faces. All of the challenges. We know that this is what will deepen democracy. Unity, though with diversity.
President Hichilema says government is putting in place interventions to better the lives of Zambians.
As a government, we will realign our budgets. I've already spoken to the Minister of Finance and other colleagues. Minister of Agriculture is here. We have to realign our budget and push more resources into ensuring that our citizens won't go hungry, irrespective of what the situation may be. We are just working hard behind the scenes to ensure that more support is given to the provinces that have more rain. We working together, want to again educate our people not to sell their maize when it's still in the field, because that's what they did last year to foreigners.
The church is equal to the task and expressed its commitment to work with the government.
Excellency, your message is very clear. The crisis that we have before us, one, cholera, and two, the drought, threatening food security. We will take the message. We will work together. We will share with our people.
For us to be able to work together. Secondly, I think it dwelt a lot more, even concerning the drought, which obviously would affect not only the nation but the region. And so he asked the church to continue to pray.
During a meet and greet session, the president spared a moment with the media.
To play our part, disseminate information accordingly, and we will definitely start with you in prayer because it is the only way that we're going to go forward.
Bupe Sendwe for ZANIS News in Lusaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the government is creating opportunities in all parts of the country in an effort to decongest Lusaka Central Business District. President Hichilema says that economic activities are being created in all parts of the country for the people to build their livelihood anywhere. The president highlighted the increased Constituency Development Fund as an attempt to create economic activities and opportunities in local communities across the country. Speaking during the State Church Dialogue Prayer Breakfast, President Hichilema says the country cannot continue with unplanned settlements. He said this requires the church, among other stakeholders, to come together to help create roads, sustainable drainage systems, and clean water supply to help the citizens accept their livelihoods can be accomplished anywhere. The president noted that the cumulative effects of unplanned settlements have contributed to cholera outbreaks in Lusaka. He appreciated the support of the church to eradicate cholera in the country, saying the fight needs to continue until there are 0 cases.
We want to move quickly to not having this sort of situation every now and then. So continue, please, we ask you to continue working with the government so we can bring cholera under control, but beyond that, to kick it out. And we know that has to do with water, sanitation, basic hygiene, unplanned settlements. The cumulative effect of unplanned settlement. They need to decongest Lusaka, mayor of the city. But essentially, some of your government's attempts, for example, to increase CDF phenomenally from 1.6 million per constituents per year to 30.6 million per constituents per year is one of those attempts. You may not see it that way from the naked eye, to create economic activity and opportunities in the local communities across the country.
The message is very clear, Your Excellency, and as a church, we will join forces in educating our people. Finally, you have talked about the unplanned settlement, but the unplanned settlements have resulted in the loss of lives through cholera, and we can't afford that. Another church would commit to educate our people to understand that the way Mrs. is planned, the way Chawama is organized, the way Joy Lane is organized, there is need to have passages where water cannot log but flow. We need to have roads that will enable us to move freely.
Meanwhile, the First family has donated various items to vulnerable people in Siavonga district in Southern Province. And handing over the items to the people on behalf of the First family, UPND Chairman General for Special Duties William Banda said the gesture is to appreciate people for the support to the New Dawn administration. Details in the following report.
Siavonga is the latest district in Southern Province to benefit from the First family donation of assorted items for the vulnerable communities. Among the donated items include 36 bales of clothes, 2 wheelchairs, a pair of clutches, bicycles, sack of shoes and ladies' belts, a sewing machine, chitenge materials, among others. Chairman General for Special Duties to the President, William Banda, handed over the items meant to be distributed in all the 12 wards of the constituents.
I wish to present these things to my brother, the provincial chairman, who will in turn hand over these things to the district commissioner, the MP, the constituency leaders. So our district commissioner, we don't want to hear that these things have gone to wrong people. We want these things should be taken to those who cannot walk, not my relatives, not your relatives, not the district chairman, but to the right people.
Mr. Banda advised the local leadership to ensure proper distribution of the items to the deserving people.
Each ward chairman must have 3. So you must prepare a list and give the report to the provincial chairman through his provincial secretary, all those who are going to get them.
UPND Provincial Youth Chairman appreciated the role women have continued to play in society.
Ba provincial chair lady bajita proposal basobe twahomina kuti ndimwe bakaintu baliko mukape cooperative njo muti mugasale a committee enu kutega wabeshe munchine oyo kaba sasa kaba jana mali akuli kwacha.
The gesture has elated the Siavonga residents who turned in huge numbers to witness the event. Earlier, Mr. Banda and his entourage and Siavonga Member of Parliament Darius Mulunda paid a courtesy call on the District Commissioner Mkwengu Shapande, ZANIS, Siavonga District, Southern Province.
Paramount Chief Chitimukulu of the Bemba people has expressed happiness with the good performance of crops in the northern region. The Paramount Chief attributed this to the favorable weather patterns and the timely delivery of farming imports to the region. Let's take a look at this report.
The crop is looking green and healthy, and this is the status of the crop in some fields in Northern Province. The good crop performance in the region has elated the paramount chief Chitimukulu of the Bemba people, who attributed this to the favorable rainfall and the timely delivery of inputs to farmers on government-supported programs.
The food security. So I've just returned from visiting my children in areas to see how the growth and what is going, because we are blessed with very good rainfall than in other provinces. So I usually take steps every year in January to see what we are doing and so forth. I'm very much encouraged that the farmers have positively responded to the growth of maize and so forth. And we thank the government that the fertilizer arrived at a very good time. There was no delay.
Enina Mutade, a beneficiary of the Food Security Pack program, which is supported by the government, is happy with the performance of her crops.
Bags ya 50 kg. Twapokeleko wa panshi ubidi no wa pamulu umo. Nembuto amataba 10 kg. Kolo twapoka kona beans 10 kg. So tuletotera parichi batuwalirire pafio baletubombere fifine inendi mushimbe.
The paramount chief has the warning to farmers.
They should preserve their own harvest so that they are self-sufficient with their own maize. Why should they run to Kasama to buy milumi? So I've warned them that I won't hear anybody complaining about the price of milumi here in our chiefdoms, because we have got the harvest, rainfall is good, and so forth.
Reporting for ZANIS in Kasama, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana is cheered with the vision that Zambia News and Information Services ZANIS Copperbelt Provincial Office has been disseminating developmental information to the public using the ZANIS mobile screen. Speaking when he toured ZANIS Copperbelt studio in Ndola, Mr. Kawana said that such initiatives should be supported as it will add to the dissemination of correct information to Zambians about what government is doing to uplift the lives of the people. Details in the following report.
Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has expressed happiness with the construction of the Zambia News and Information Service studio in Ndola district.
Very excited with what you have espoused here, and the vision that the province has in terms of ZANIS is sitting very well with our overall vision as a ministry. And therefore, from my office, what I can pledge is, since your vision is 100% bought into, make your wish list in terms of your staffing, equipment, your financing, what is required. Bring your wish list, we will take it to the powers that be.
The permanent secretary, who took time to tour the studio, which the provincial office is building using departmental resources, has assured the office of full support.
Have an excuse, tell us what is needed here, and we will fight to ensure that it is put here, because the kind of activity I've seen here, the determination, the innovationness, the commitment cannot be allowed to die down. We must support it.
Copperbelt Province Information Officer shared the department's vision concerning the studio and ZANIS mobile screen.
So we thought we can use edutainment to deliver messages as we're entertaining the people. And in so doing, like here, we're able to engage actors whom we paid by us, we paid them. So we created some form of opportunities for those actors. But also because once I have this, I can use the material over and over. Yes. So this is what we're trying to do. But not only that, these platforms that you are seeing, our thinking is that we want our principals in Lusaka. We are able to address the community whilst I see Lusaka, and we take it somewhere there. Yes. So what we need now is we're looking at, with this advancement in technology, we want to get internet.
The senior information officer also took time to explain to the permanent secretary how the ZANIS mobile screen will be used to transmit live events on the ZANIS television station.
CDF, we are in the community. They watch this, and then the community again maybe can go with somebody maybe from council or the MP or the area MP for that area to go with them. They can ask questions about CDF, and that also the same system. We use the same system to connect, to run the same information live on our channel. It could be in a village somewhere, people asking how they are benefiting from CDF.
Jacqueline Moba, ZANIS in Ndola.
We take our first break. Stay tuned for more stories.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu odwala kolera, madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu odwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalibe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsiwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbuzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
Sinazongwe Member of Parliament Gift Sialubalo says the construction of a maternity annex in Chief Member's Dengeza area will ease access to quality health care to more than 4,000 people. Mr. Sialubalo disclosed that the maternity annex is being constructed at a cost of more than 400,000 kwacha, financed from the Constituency Development Fund. Gift Banji now reports.
Access to quality health care was far-fetched for these residents of Chief Member's Dengeza area in Sinazongwe district. Over the years, residents used to cover 60 kilometers on a dilapidated road network to access Mamba Hospital, making delivery at a health facility almost impossible, as more opted to deliver from their homes, resulting in loss of many lives. But now, this challenge has been relegated to the past, as government, through the Constituency Development Fund (CDF), has constructed modern maternity annex at Dengeza Health Facility.
For a constituency like Sinazongwe, where we lost a lot of mothers during the delivery period, because services were not available. So the president is saving so many lives of our mothers. So we really want to thank the president and also the new Donor administration. On this, where people out there for, of course, very petty political mileage, they are saying, you know, CDF is a hoax. How can it be a hoax? You are seeing the building in the remotest part of the constituency. Believe me, giving the new Donor administration 20 years, there will be no village in Zambia. This money will make wonders. A lot of areas will develop.
Sinazongwe lawmaker Gift Sialubalo also wants expectant mothers to now deliver from Dengeza Maternity Annex.
Word of appeal to my mothers, the women. These services are there for them. They need to come and get assistance from trained personnel.
Both Sinazongwe Council Chairperson and Council Secretary are happy to see President Hakainde Hichilema's vision on provision of quality health care being actualized.
What we've done as a district is to ensure that in tandem with the presidential directives, we're not just putting up maternity wings or any buildings without electrical fittings. We've had to ensure there are electrical fittings. You can see on the other wing, we already have solar panels that are connected. And this facility also comes with a water mechanized system. I'm sure you've seen the shower in there, so it's all to ensure that this facility runs with running water. This health post that you've seen was put up by Accuracy Holdings at a cost of $437,535. About 4,012 people that will benefit from this facility.
Because the president says he needs quality work and then timely delivery, at the end of the day, empowerment for the people.
Gift Banji, ZANIS, in Sinazongwe, Southern Province.
In a related development, World Vision Zambia has handed over 108 bicycles to Mwinilunga Town Council Health Services Department, procured at over $15,000. World Vision Mudianyama and Lunga Area Program Manager Alan Mangasu said the support is aimed at enhancing grassroots healthcare service delivery. Obed Lijimo has the rest of the story.
Community health volunteers are an important cadre in the delivery of grassroots primary health care. Safe Motherhood Action Groups SMAGs and Neighborhood Health Committees NHCs include such volunteers. World Vision Zambia has aided the volunteers with 108 brand new bicycles in Mwinilunga district. Alan Magasu is World Vision Lunga Mudanyama Area Program Manager.
We are a child-focused organization, so ours is to ensure that we have safe deliveries, we have healthy children that are born, and so we'll continue partnering with the Department of Health.
District Health Services Director Brian Mwachsowa applauds World Vision support towards primary health care.
The neighborhood health committees, these are the anchors of health, because these live within the communities. So even when we want to have quality community-based volunteers, we must have a well-supported NHC. So we thank you, World Vision.
Minyanya Rural Health Center in charge, Leah Nanyangwe, is grateful for the gesture.
It has been really helping, especially for these people who are coming from far places. They have been using these bicycles to come to this facility.
Emmanuel Pepala and Juliet Sakwimba, both Safe Motherhood volunteers, say the support will help them reach more people with maternal health messages.
Nekudokukala kuna awaniki chaswaya mkunyakala kutemukira kushikakora kudiena kulondana mutemu ishiriswayo kuchipatira
dichika tataka naso ejo kusakirira ko hakunganuka inkinga yene yimo na nyinki ni hakuleta maripoti nukuleta ngacha chwahe mompinji.
8 rural health centers in the district will benefit from the bicycles procured at a value of $15,120. Reporting for ZANIS, Obed Lijim in Mwinilunga district, Northwestern Province.
Still in construction news, Gwembe Local Authority has procured over 2,500 desks using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF and has strategized to acquire more this year. Town Council Secretary Malilwa Muchu explained that about 4,500 desks will be procured using the 2024 CDF allocation to meet the 7,100 deficit the district is currently facing. Mr. Muchu says distribution of desks to the needy schools has since commenced as the local authority works towards fulfilling the presidential directive of ensuring that no learner sits on the floor. Wakumelo Stali has more in this report.
Inadequate desks is one of the major challenges that many schools in Gwembe district are grappling with. The district currently needs at least 7,100 desks to improve the situation. However, to eliminate this challenge, the Gwembe Town Council has so far procured over 2,500 desks using the Constituency Development Fund and has also strategized to acquire the deficit before the end of the year.
We are following the presidential directives of ensuring that no student sits on the floor. Because currently as Gwembe, we needed a total of about 7,001 desks, but currently we have provided about 2,500, so we still have a deficiency of almost over 5,000. So in the CDF that's set, we've planned to ensure that at least from the savings that we get from that CDF, more especially under the skills, we are going to vary so that we buy enough desks so that each student by the end of the year do not sit on the ground or on the stones while they are learning.
Meanwhile, the CDF Empowerment Program has started bearing fruits in the district.
CDF is not dormant here in Gwembe district. I've seen women dancing. They're enjoying CDF. And there are many. Some have got goats, some have got chickens, some have got pigs. All those benefited from CDF. The new Dawn government, I'll continue appreciating it because the government which has come down to the people.
Chintu chimuyokheja tukomani haswe twamagaindi mukuti nyi first time gutambula mala a CDF. Amana ali mpongo ntwa heta masimpere zotuhira. Pongo yesajugwa yuguhyala. Twababika bamajembere beso. Twabatyana abo twabakwahirira mugati mu mala a CDF tukabroga bali kwahirira.
But Gwembe Council Secretary Maliwa Muchu wants the beneficiaries of the CDF Loans Empowerment Program to take repayment seriously.
The other beneficiaries have missed some months. They've not taken back. So as a local authority, we are planning to follow all these people because this is money that has to be paid back. Because these are loans. There are repercussions if you fail to pay. No wonder I mentioned that this is a revolving fund. Others also have to benefit from this money.
Wakumelo Stali, reporting for ZANIS in Gwembe District, Southern Province.
In other news, Kapa Samakasa University has donated 146 pockets of cement worth over 21,000 to Rusangui Secondary School towards the rebuilding of the boys' hostels, which were gutted by the fire last year. Receiving the donations, Director of the University in charge of education, Amos Mumba, who represented Education Minister Douglas Siakalima, says government appreciates the gesture as it will ensure all learners learn in a conducive environment. Details in this report.
It has been close to 5 months when fire swept through the boys' hostels at Rusangu Boarding Secondary School, creating a shortage of accommodation for pupils. But now, Kapa Samakasa University has come on board by donating pockets of cement to help the school reconstruct the damaged dormitories. Director, University Education, Mr. Amos Mumba, received the donation on behalf of Minister of Education, Douglas Siakalima.
For us to see one of our own universities come through to assist a partner institution like Rusangu Secondary School, it shows that we are responding to the call that government institutions should be speaking to each other. Sometimes we see government institutions operating in silos. This one is doing this one is doing that, that's speaking to each other. But when we see a gesture like this given by Kapa Samakasa University responding to a challenge that we have following a fire that destroyed one of our dormitories here, it gives us hope that we are responding to that call that as government institutions we are supposed to be speaking to each other.
Mr. Mumba also appealed for more well-wishers.
It's not enough, obviously. We need more. That's why we are appealing to other stakeholders to come through and support this cause of rebuilding the dormitory that was destroyed by the fire.
Kapa Samakasa University Executive Dean, Dr. Atherton Jele, says the donation was aimed at supporting the school to rebuild the damaged hostels to create more space for pupils' accommodation.
We are a public university and we are happy to be here because we do understand that pupils are our stakeholders, and without you there will be no university to run. That's why the university management took a keen interest in ensuring that it can come and support from the calamity that fell on this school. And because we care on the pupils that are here, and we know that they're the future people that we actually train at the university and that will train at the university.
The dome that was gutted has also seen a reduction in the enrollment for the school. But with the coming in of the university, with their donation of cement, it will help us also kickstart the works.
I want to say thank you for this gesture.
Frederick Macha for ZANIS News in Monza District, Southern Province.
We take another break. Stay tuned for more stories.
Bushe cholera chinshi. Cholera bulwele bwa kupolomia. Omuntu kwete cholera alapolomia sana eyo n'okuluka. Obusali buba ubwa menshi n'okubutuluka ngomo basukire omupunga. Omulwele wa cholera takwata menshi mu mubiri pamulandu wa kuluka ero n'okupolomia. umulwele wa kolera kuti afa munsa 12 nangu ntile 12 hours nga taperwa omuti uwafikapo. Usho muntu kuti akwata shani kolera? Ukunwa menshi ayabula okuwamya nangu ayafiko. Okulya ifyakulya n'emino iyalamba nangu mufipe ifyabula okusamfya n'amensha ayasuma. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo basunga okwabula okufimbapo ifyakutira na balunshi baleikalapo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyashelepo ifyatalala ifyakutira tabafisungire bwino nakalya iyo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo bashitisha mu misebo. Okulya ifisabo elyo n'omusalo ifyabula okusamfya. Kuti twaichingirira shani ku bulwele bwa kolera? Wamyeni amenshi yakunwa okupitira mu kuipika nangu kubika mu chlorine. Sambeni kuminwa na sopo ilo na amenshi ayasuma panuma ya kubonfye chimbusu. Kafyeniko ifyakulya ilyo tamulalia. Fimbeni pa fyakulya fyonse pakuti balunshi tabale ikalapo. Mwilalia ifyakulya fisangwa mu misebo. Bonfyeni chimbusu inshita yonse. Mwila bonfya ifikunkubiti nangu ifupepala pakuposa ubusali. Shiningisha inokutila ubusali bonse bwaposwa mu chimbusu. Sungeni chimbusu ichabusaka no kufimbapo inshita yonse. Iimbila abamireterako chipa ni chimona pabumi.
Welcome back. You are still watching ZANIS News. The 7-year 4.4 million euro sanitation support by the Dutch government to the Chambeshi Lukanga sanitation project has come to a close. The 7-year SNV partnership with government, which started in 2017 and concludes in March 31st, 2024, SNV Country Director Lucy Silas disclosed this during the final close-up learning series on the WASH SDG Chambeshi Lukanga sanitation project in Lusaka. Details in this report.
SNV has embarked on the final WASH SDG project close-up learning event in Lusaka, which is aimed at profiling and share the success stories and results of the project. The project captures a broad audience in collaboration with local and international counterparts.
This project, the WASH SDG Chambeshi Lukanga sanitation project, is funded by the Dutch government. It is a multi-country program happening in 7 countries from Asia and Africa, and also here in Zambia. Here we have a funding of 4.4 million euros, and it is the nature of the work that projects have a certain cycle, they come to an end. As we conclude this particular project, we continue our supports in the water and sanitation sector in Zambia through other projects. A lot of progress has been made. The NOWASCO regulator has developed a framework for the regulation of these services. Emptiers have been trained, local authorities have been supported. A lot of work was done at the level of the commercial utilities. So we're now in a situation today that is definitely much better than where we were back in 2018.
And Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation Assistant Director Orlando Nyerenda highlighted the importance of the project.
Learning series is very important for us because the projects which have been supported by SNV have significantly changed in the lives of the people with regards to sanitation. Not only the people's lives, but also the systems which have been created and strengthened, that is at all levels. Most important, you observe that the program aimed at ensuring that the CU's capacities to deliver sanitation services are strengthened, and there was also a lot of capacity building amongst the community-based enterprises, which means that at the end of the project, we are left with the capacity which is key as it will be rolled out on other similar interventions.
Stakeholders explained how they conduct self-sanitation services in their various towns.
When they go in the field, Chambeshi does the monitoring and also ensures that they are complying to the SOPs and the standards that they're supposed to follow. Like it has already been mentioned, there's a checklist that Chambeshi and officers from the local authority use to ensure that these when they're working, they're following the right procedures. And also in a case that the emptiers have a problem, let's say with
what a challenge tunalolera mpaka wachita resolve elo twatwalirira okubomba nachimbi chakwebata tingatapichitire bwino assess like tumapitira training tutulebombelako tunakwata ama challenges limbiwa sasa ngokwebata tikaya kantu akambusu kaonaika so ni yo challenge alaisa kuli imwe okwebati mubombelepo
The WASH SDG Chambeshi Lukanga Sanitation Project, which started in 2017, comes to an end on March 31st, 2024. Muna Chipende for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Government has commissioned a solar-powered water reticulation system at Machia area in Pongwe. The infrastructure set up at a cost of 300,000 kwacha is expected to service more than 1,000 locals in the area. More in the following report.
Water and sanitation is still a challenge in most remote parts of the country. In Mpongwe district on the Copper Belt, government through the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation has set up a 10,000-litre water reticulation system to service over 1,000 people at Machia area. Speaking shortly after handing over the project, Mpongwe Town Council Chairperson Emmanuel Masanga said the project was in line with President Hakainde Hichilema's directive for all communities to have access to safe and clean drinking water.
The water scheme that we are handing over today targets to supply clean and safe water to a population close to 1,400 and a total of 240 households. Key among the areas connected to the water scheme include Machia Combined School, the market and the clinic. Water is life, and this is the reason why government has made it a priority to ensure that all citizens are provided with clean and safe drinking water.
The development has cheered Chief Machia of the Lamba-speaking people. The traditional leader further warned his subjects against vandalizing the facility. Noah Kangali for ZANIS in Mpongwe.
Eastern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Piri has expressed concern over the high number of teenage pregnancies in the region. Ms. Piri says it is unfortunate that children as young as 9 years old were getting pregnant at the expense of education. Jubel Zulu has more in the following report.
High teenage pregnancies and early marriages is worrying government in Chadiza district. This has led to a team including Eastern Deputy Permanent Secretary, a team from Child Development, Social Welfare and Labor visit Chadiza to explain to parents and children on the protection of children.
Kufuta kotana mai kuti mkatsie mwana mkampatse mwana muntu wamkula kakwatile mwana wachichepere tie ntitetezele vana vatu kuno kwatu kumawa mamimba ya vana ngono ya chuka yati de tsankawa vana lukufa muleba vana lemala vana chifuka chovala akali vangono
in company of the Chadiza DC, Children Code Act No. 12 of 2022, National Child Safeguarding and National Child Participation Frameworks were explained.
Dava pamene tafika chalo chiruyendo baba. A president anasaina lamulo lomwe liteteza mwana wachichepere. Ilo lamulo la nyowani na kutituma ise kuti kaunikireni bantu. Timunikireni chifukwa chanji. Pali zinthu ziwiri. Number 1, umbuli
si excuse ku court yayi.
Mwangala Chiefdom is receptive to the message.
Komanso nifuna kuti nitogodze kulingana ni maphunziro mene tatenga pano azimaya azibambo. Ndisamene timakonda kamwana ndisati mayambazo noti atate. Ndisati lupereka mwana kuvigawenga. Maloma kuti mwana akakhale mkilasi. Masiku akumbuyo timana kuti makilasi alipatali kwa malomba masukulu yonse alipafupi.
Jubal Zulu, ZANIS, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
Former Zambia Consolidated Copper Mine ZCCM employees have been given an eviction notice to vacate their homes in Changa South of Chingola District in the Copperbelt Province after losing a court case. The former employees who have been occupying the houses for over 25 years lost a court case against Pelembe Drilling Company. Here is a report.
11 former Zambia Consolidated Copper Mine employees have been given an eviction notice to vacate their houses of Ntanga South in Chingola District after losing a court case. This is concerning the houses Zambia Consolidated Copper Mine sold to their employees by deducting funds from their terminal benefits in 1997.
In 1991, ZCCM ran out of money to give us as the employees of ZCCM. But they negotiated with union that instead of giving us money, instead they will give us houses as our terminal benefits. I've worked for ZCCM 20 years plus.
One family has been left homeless and their properties have been damaged during the eviction, and they are just squatting at the neighbor's house.
So I was evicted from the house. I was not there. I was at work, and I had to travel all the way from Kalumbila to come and see how my things were being thrown out. The same Sinkamba came with bailiffs, and some boys from the street started throwing away my property. And the same property that I bought, I developed it. From the height now, I'm just squatting with a neighbor. My things have been damaged. My tenants' items have been damaged. And right now, he's claiming rent from the tenants. So that's why we feel that this case is not fair, and we would like whoever is concerned, the government, our president, to intervene, because we feel that the justice here hasn't been done. Where someone is buying a house, your money is taken, and then you are moved from the house and left on the street. And my benefits, which I worked for ZCCM for almost more than 10 years, forfeited. I've got no house, I've got nowhere to sleep.
They have been living in the same house for 27 years, and it is the only house she has. They since appealed to government for help.
Appealing to the president of this country to come and intervene in this matter, because this is a serious matter. A lot of families will be thrown out from their houses because of 2 or 3 persons who are in government, who are working for the government and private lawyers. We know very well. Where am I going? On this, I was young when I was working for ZCCM. In 19 February, I'll be maybe 71 plus. So, where am I going to take my children? Because I've got children without fathers. I've got my children. I've got my nieces. How am I going to keep them, to look after them? Because sometimes, I've got kittens, I've got a lot of things.
District Commissioner has expressed sympathy for the affected family.
I heard that some people have been given eviction orders by the courts. We sympathize with with that development. However, we will need to consult with the system HI on how to proceed on this one, as this has been as a result of a court order.
Monde Msole, ZANIS. Chingola.
And finally, on the news, Dole Ward Councillor Lomaniko Zulu has been re-elected as Deputy Council Chairperson for Katete Town Council in Eastern Province. This was after Mr. Zulu went unopposed in the election that were conducted in the council chamber. Mr. Zulu's re-election as Katete Deputy Council Chairperson came into effect after his previous term of office came to an end. The Local Government Act No. 2 of 2019 stipulates that the tenure of office of the deputy mayors, deputy council chairpersons, and the ward development committees shall be 2.5 years. Announcing the results, Katete Town Council Secretary Katie Mukonde, who was represented by Council Treasurer Laban Kalomba, said Mr. Zulu had gone unopposed and 0 ballot papers were cast. And delivering his keynote speech, Mr. Zulu called for unity among councillors and other government line ministries in order to deliver development to the people of Katete. Mr. Zulu has been re-elected to the office he held since 2021.
I have, in accordance with law, ascertained the result of the poll in said election and that they have been given. Mr. Lomaniko Zulu has gone unopposed. Further, I declare that a total of 0 ballot papers were cast. Therefore, I declare that Lomaniko Zulu is duly elected as Deputy Council Chairperson for Katete Town Council on Thursday, 15th, 2024.
I just want to ask management and councillors and all the developed ministry that let us work together. We are here not for politics, but we are here for development. We are working for the government. So let us develop our Katete district together.
That item concludes our ZANIS news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema confers with the clergy. Construction of maternity annex cheers Sinazongwe MP. Government commissions Congo solar-powered water reticulation system, plus former ZCCM employees evicted from houses. That's all we had for you on ZANIS News. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, this has been Faith Katai. Thank you for watching.